Hi everyone, this is Jan, and I want to show you a different way of doing your overstroke petals using your blending gel and your rake brush or your mop brush and a liner brush. So what I have here is a small flower that I started, and I'll make a painting out of this. And I want to do this back petal here. So, being this is on black canvas, I went ahead and base coated this in a yellow and a little bit of yellow ochre. And I have a couple of coats on this because I wanted it to show up so that it'd be easier for you to see. So the first thing I do is I have a flat brush here, like a number 10, and I have some blending gel right here. So I took some of this blending gel and I put it on this brush, and I wet my brush and blotted it on a paper towel first. Then I loaded up my brush and I'm just working it through those bristles. And the first color that I want to pick up, I'm going to start out with my light color because that's going to go on the top. I use 3 colors, a light, medium, and a dark. Doesn't matter what colors you're using or what the names are, just as long as you have light, medium, and a dark color. So I'm going to pull some of this yellow out. I'm going to load it into my brush. And it has this blending gel in it because I want it to remain wet for a while. So I'll go up here, and this color is going to be on the top part of my flower. And I'm just putting a generous coat on. I'm going to wipe my brush on a paper towel. Then I'm going to come back. I'm going to load a little more blending gel. I'm going to pick up my dark color. I'm going to work that into my brush just a little bit. Come back. I'm going to do the bottom half here. This doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm just going to chop blend those 2 colors together. Okay, I'm going to wipe my brush again on my paper towel. I'm going to set it down here. And then I'm going to pick up my liner brush, this little, it's not a liner, it's more of a small round brush. It too has been wet and blotted on a paper towel. I'm going to pick up my lightest color, which is going to be white. So I'm going to come back over here. I'm just going to load it with a little bit of the blending gel. I am using Folk Art Acrylics. Okay, I'm going to pick up some white, generous amount of white here, like that. And I am going to put a line right up here, just a line, generous amount of white there. Okay, I'm going to wipe that on a paper towel, set that brush aside, and I am going to pick up my rake brush. Come over here so you can see it. See a rake brush? It's a little frazzled on those ends. Now I'm going to come back up here. I'm just going to pick up a little bit more of that blending gel in the tip of my brush. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to touch my brush to this lower part of the white here. See that little ridge there? I'm not going up at the top there. I'm going to stay down here, right here near the bottom part. And I'm just going to pull that bottom part into the petal. And that's going to give me some lines. And if I'm not getting enough lines, like kind of like what you see over in here, then you can go ahead and come back and load your rake brush with a little bit of white. And you can come back here, Start at the top up here and pull down. Now see what a brighter line I got right there? But you can try both methods. Now stay right up on the top of that brush there and just pull down. Okay? That will make your petals to where you have the streaking in them. Now sometimes it's a little hard. Now I'm wiping my brush on a paper towel. Now if I lose all my dark, I wiped it on a paper towel. I'm going to come back, dip in a little gel. I'm going to come back, load both sides, and I'm going to take the dark and I'm going to come back with the dark and I'm going to pull this direction. Okay? So I'm just going to set my plate down for a minute. Now sometimes it's easier if you turn your canvas the other way, but I'm going to go ahead and do it this way. Now see how much the dark comes off? There you go. And you just pull it right back into the white. There you go. Okay. That's about all you need on that. Now I can see by the shine on this that it's still very wet. So I can still come back and I can go ahead and add a little bit of the white back in there, even if I want to. Now sometimes I will pick just a little bit. I'll dip the corner of my brush in a little water and I will make a little pile here right under the white, and then I will come back and I can go ahead and start almost on the edge there and pull right back down. As long as it's wet, it works better for you. Okay? So try that and see how that works for you. Let me go this way again. There we go. Because sometimes you can blend out this color. And my hand was probably in the way the whole time. Let me move that and I'll put this up. And you're just going to touch and pull up. Touch and pull up. Okay? And that's going to put some more dark in there. Alright, that's with a rake brush. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to do one with your, let's see, mop brush. So I'm going to set this one aside, and I have a couple of mop brushes here. You can see I have a smaller mop. I think this one says a 3/8 and a 1/4 inch mop. So I can use those two, but I can still go ahead and use my flat brush to lay the color in. Now over here I have a product called Open Acrylics, and I'm going to use the Open Acrylic on the other petal just so you can see these. This is open thinner that you can use for this, and this is acrylics that are designed to stay wet longer. Okay, so I'm going to take this color and I'm going to put yellow right here. Okay, a generous amount. I'll wipe my brush on a paper towel, and then I'm going to pick the darker color. Okay, I'm going to put the darker color right here. These really blend nice. They're a lot more fluid than your bottle acrylic. And then I'm going to take white again with a little bit of thinner in there. We're going to load up this round brush. This is a number, I think it's a number 1. I can't read the numbers on these brush handles. A lot of times they're too small. And then I'm going to outline right at the top here, right there. Okay, generous amount right there. Set your brush down. Now I'm going to pick up this brush right here. Okay, now I'm going to try it first. I'm going to pull down this bottom half here and see how it pulls. Now the only thing you have to be careful is it'll make a fuzzy top. See how if you go outside the line, it'll make a fuzzy top for you. So let's try this. I'm going to pick up some white paint. Here we go. Wow. Got a little bit heavier than I wanted, but you can tilt your brush this way or this way and it'll get that fuzzy edge off. It will make more of a rounded edge. Now if I keep going, I'm going to make this petal bigger. Okay, stop. And then here, I'm going to pull in here. Okay, there we go. Now you can see this one came out a lot lighter in color compared to the other one. Now I just took and wiped my brush on a shop towel. I use shop towels. Now the darker color right here, I'm going to load this brush just a little bit, just one side with the darker color. Let me set this down, and then I'm going to pull up like right here, pull and pull right up into the white there. There we go. That make a pretty petal. And again, if you bring it too far up, you can touch the white and feather that white back down. Okay, now that is with your open acrylics, which are these right here. You'll know that they're open because it has a big open right here. Okay, these are different than regular acrylics. Your folk art or regular acrylics, these are extended acrylics, meaning your drying time is extended on them as compared to your regular acrylics. Now I know a lot of techniques. Now this is still wet right here, so I'm going to come back, and I can go back as long as it's still shiny. I can go back. I can add a little more white on that, a little more with the mop brush. There we go. And now I can feel it pulling with me just a little bit, but it's still workable. Okay, and you just have to work with this a little bit. Okay. The only way you learn anything is through trial and error. And you have to go through a lot of errors before you get the rewards. You're not going to get it the first time, usually, unless you're a real experienced painter. Okay. Now I still would have a little bit of dark under there, and I like the acrylic, the folk art color better because it's darker. So I'm going to come back and I'm going to add some of this darker acrylic to that. There we go. I like that a lot better. Now remember, if you pull into a light color and then you come back and try to pull that up, you're going to pick up the light color from here, and then it's going to get on your brush and it will bring that light color back here, and you'll blend it right back up in there. Okay, so be aware of that. Sometimes you have to wipe this brush on a paper towel each stroke so that you don't pick up that light color and bring it right back up here. Okay. Now that's two ways that you can go ahead and do your petals using your two different paints. Now you'll want to clean your brushes. I know I set mine out for this demonstration, but you don't want to leave them where they're going to have paint in them. See, this one has paint in it. Now the rest of these petals here, okay, see the little streaking? That was done using a rake brush. And all I did was do the same thing I'm doing now, but I might wait and hold off and see about I think I used yellow ochre in here. But see, I can hold off a little bit. I've got a darker color in here. Let me go this way. And I can still come back in. See, I don't have a dark enough color like I had over there. And I can go ahead and put some streaking in there. This rake brush is really marvelous. Rake brush is really good. The mop brush will give you a more fluffy petal. The rake brush will give you more of the streaky petal. Okay, most of the petals that I have done in a lot of my other videos, I have used the flat brush here. And you can do it with the flat brush, but what I found out when I was doing my lessons, I do private lessons, is that everyone, most everyone that was trying this method, they actually did better using the rake brush, because it would go ahead and create the spacing for them. See the spacing? It would create it for them just by doing the stroking. And they had an easier time than using the flat brush. So anyway, give this a try. It's really a nice way to paint your overstroke petals, and you can have a lot of fun with it. And if the petal doesn't come out the way you want to, let it dry and start all over again. You can see that it doesn't hurt your painting, because these were already painted when I did these two here. All it does is bring more brilliance to the flower that you're doing, especially on a black background. So give it a whirl. This is just like a little open rose here. Yeah, just do your circle and put you in some little petals and start painting. And if you don't like it, let it dry. Come back, do it again. Just make sure you have a variation of color in here so that it'll show up. Okay? You want light, medium, and dark color. Doesn't matter what the name of the color is, just have a light, medium, dark. And if you can see that with your own eyes, that's all that is important. The color is not, the name of the color is not important as long as you have three values right here. Okay, and just a little bit of blending gel for the folk art, or your open acrylics like this. You have open acrylics, you don't need a blending gel or anything with them. It's already built into the paint. Okay, you can get kits with it, and it's already built into your paint, and you don't have to worry about it. My kit came with some open thinner, which is really nice to have because it makes it even thinner and easier to move. These paints are real easy to move. They're not real thick. You can see the difference in the thickness of the paint. These are creamier. These are thicker. Okay, so it's going to be harder to move these than it is these right here. And you'll notice that when you start doing them. All right, everyone. This is just a fast little video on blending petals. Thank you for stopping by and watching my video. Make sure you like and subscribe. I will be starting more videos after the holidays. Right now I'm doing a lot of sewing, and I have a lot of things I have to get up in my eBay store, so I won't be doing painting videos very much until after the first of the year. Now, if you are interested in doing classes, make sure that you contact me. You can private message me. I do all kinds of beginner classes. I do intermediate classes, whatever you want to learn. And I mostly concentrate on florals. This was one class we did in our beginner floral classes. This is just peony painting, which we do the same thing that I am doing right here. Okay. So until next time, have a great Thanksgiving. If I don't see you before then, bye for now.